here with me this morning to talk about it. Good morning. I appreciate you being here.
Nice to be with you, Wayne. Thanks.
You know, we had a chance to chat just a little bit before we came on the air. 1976. This is your 50th year in Medora. Man, time flies.
I was 6 years old when
Yeah,
I started.
I know that. Yeah, you mentioned that you were. I didn't even know you were 6. I thought you were younger than that. You know, I looked on your website this morning, Bill. It says speaker, comedian, and magician. You have taken these talents that you have, brought them all together around the country, but especially Medora. What is it about Medora that is so special to you?
Yeah, good question, and it is special to me. You know, it's always been my escape. I was busy for a while in Bismarck when I was mayor, and
Exactly.
as you mentioned, and managed Virgil Hill and had some businesses and stuff. And my friends thought I was crazy to go to Medora on the weekends, but that was my escape. I loved doing those shows. Everything we did out there, we did as a family, like the rest of the tourists, and it was just became a special spot. So it's kept its hook into me for all these years.
Yeah, okay, and you said, you know, 1976 coincided with the bicentennial of the United States, and that's kind of what the show was about back then.
We did a bicentennial review. Trish Lanahan and I did the show there, and it turned out to be fairly successful, so they've kept doing shows at the Old Town Hall since then.
Yeah, all right. Now, during that time, during those 50 years, when I say how has Medora evolved, I don't mean the new water slide or the lazy river or things like that, not the attractions that are added every year, but as you've seen families come through, I'm sure you see people that were little kids the first time you saw them, and now they're probably coming with their own children.
I hate to admit that, but yes.
Yeah, because you were only 6.
I did a little coin trick for a young boy the other day on the street in Medora, and his dad or grandpa that I thought was about my age said, "Oh, you did that for me when I was a little boy."
Wow. But seriously, it has to make you feel good that what you performed back then is still being remembered by these adults right now. I mean, it left an impression.
You know, I hope so. I mean, because I try to bring a little joy and tell them a little bit about Medora as part of what I consider my mission in life. And so, yeah, I hope so. I hope it does that.
Okay, where did you get interested in magic? When was that?
I had an interest as a kid, and a lot of kids have an interest in that, but they grow out and mature. I'd never matured. And so,
Good.
Yeah. So, in fact, my daughters say to this day, one of these days, Dad, you're going to have to decide what you want to be when you grow up.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, it turned out to be a big part of my life.
Yeah.
It was actually a confidence builder for me when I didn't have a lot of confidence. I started doing magic for people, and yeah, it's led me all over. I mean, I've literally done shows in almost every state in the country.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, let's talk about when you were the host of the Medora musical. What was that like? How did that evolve into what you ended up doing? And just tell me a little bit about being there night after night and watching the crowds.
You know, I can honestly tell you, you know, in those days we didn't have a day off. We did 100 nights in a row. And I don't know that there was ever one night in the years that I did that I said, oh no, we have to go do another show. I mean, for me, it was just fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being a part of Medora. I enjoyed trying to bring a little joy to people. So, yeah, there was never a time in all those things where I said, oh, it's showtime, great.
Yeah, I have to go on the stage.
I got to go do
perform.
this.
Yeah. Hot weather, cold weather, thunderstorms, it doesn't matter. The show must go on, right?
We did it. We started the show one time when I was on stage. It was 116.
Oh my goodness.
It's a lot of sun right there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I have to be honest with you, Bill, there are many times when, especially a couple of summers ago where we hit 100 degrees, it seemed like day after day, I thought about those performers, the Burning Hill Singers, and you know, these people are out there performing for us every night, no matter what the conditions are.
Yeah.
So when you get on the road or you're doing your comedy act, how do you get new material? How do you keep filling the agenda to get stuff that people haven't heard before?
I watch you on K-Fire and Steal Your
It's a comedy show.
Yeah, I've been just fortunate that, you know, I've put together so many shows. Yeah. If I could remember the lines from over the years, is the problem when you get to be this age. But I've just, you know, I don't know how many shows I put together, and I put together the Christmas tour that we do, and so in all those years I've accumulated some lines.
Yeah. I have a joke. Feel free to use this.
Yeah.
It's clean too.
Okay. All right. That's a prerequisite.
Where do you take someone that gets injured in a peekaboo accident?
I don't know.
I see you. He'll
You
never
don't mind, Wayne, if I don't use it, do you?
Oh, I catch so much grief around here for these dad jokes, and I got a bazillion of them. You mentioned the Christmas show. We're almost out of time, Bill, but tell me a little bit about that, where that idea came from, and what a wonderful thing that is.
Yeah, it's turned out to be, we started this is our 10th year of doing that, and we thought just the idea of bringing Christmas to people that maybe can't get to Medora anymore was kind of the original idea, promote Medora, but there's a lot of people that get to be my age and older that aren't able to make the trip back, so we bring a little Medora flavor to them, and we travel around 4 states and do 25 shows in 24 days or something in 4 states. You got to do it while you're young, is what I say.
Okay, you go to the 2 Dakotas. Where else? What are the other 2?
Montana, Minnesota.
Wow. All right, the neighboring states. He's a speaker, he's a comedian, he is a magician, he is Medora. Bill Sorensen, thank you so much for sharing just part of your story. And when can people see you out in Medora?
Well, I'm doing this year, I'm doing the Gospel Brunch. I feel like I'm on vacation. I'm trying to convince people that I'm working, but the Gospel Brunch runs on Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
There you go.
4 days a week.
Thank you so much for taking time.
Thank you, Wayne.
All right.
Good to see you all.
Appreciate all you've done for Medora and the entire